New mythic weapon. Oh, fuel your inner demons by... Oh, and we'll look at the patch notes too, I think. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna... Every single mythic weapon is just gonna be like, wow, it's a caged beast inside your weapon. It's like, come on, really? It's gonna be the same trope in every time. Alright, let's see this. Preview. Reactivity. Okay, it gets progressively more glowy by the 1 HP people that you're killing. Around the ult charge. Okay, why does it look like Sojourn's gun? Like, at the end there, it looked like Sojourn's gun, like, with, like, a right click ready, you know? Flourish. This is your R button. Oh, that's kind of weird. Okay, so if you keep tapping R, this is what it looks like. That's kind of weird. I wonder if you probably can't do that while sprinting, so I can't imagine people doing that much. Like, Ana walking back from spawn, like, that's... I know that's, like, prime time for you to flourish, right? Kill effect. Okay. Undeniably cool. Yeah, okay, like, did it look like the little soul came at... There? Yeah, into the gun. That's kind of cool. Still not gonna buy it. But it's cool, I guess. If you play Soldier a lot, maybe it's worth it. Patch notes. Patch notes. You're right. Tanks. Alright. Okay, so... Angle required for wall slam increased from 44 to 55 degrees. So, it'll be... less people fling off walls. I don't think they've ever made a tweak to that. At least not since he, like, originally came out. And then ultimate cost reduced, 8% healing per second, while in the air increased from 75 to 90. Okay. Pretty darn significant Doom buffs. This Rocket Punch adjustment makes it easier. Yeah. They didn't even say anything about Meteor Strike, but okay. Junker Queen. They're gonna... Oh, it's nerfs. Wait, base projectile size reduced from 0.2 to 0.15 meters. That seems kind of out of the blue. Wound damage self-healing multiplier reduced from 2.5 to 2.25. Although she's not the most played, Junker Queen is the top performing tank at the moment. Okay. These adjustments are aimed at tuning her down slightly by reducing her self-healing. I feel like a lot of people are going to be mad by this. Even though they don't play her, I think there's a lot of people that will find her really fun. And are going to be, like, upset because they're like, oh, she's not the most played, so, like, why care? But I'm actually pretty happy with it as a Sig main. Because if I get knifed once, I'm basically dead. It's over. It doesn't matter if I'm on roll queue HP or not. My HP is just gone. It's gone. Reducing your self-healing, making the knife throw require more accuracy. Okay, that's really good. I'm pleased with that. Cooldown reduced from 6 to 5. Why are we buffing Maga? No, why are we buffing Maga? Okay, charge movement speed increased 15%. Maga's been underperforming for a while now, so we're putting some power into perhaps his most engaging ability. Yeah, it's also the ability that dodges my ult. That's a lot of power, though. It's such a short cooldown already. I feel like I might revert that. Or at least some part of it. Wait, time fully charged decreased from 0.87 to 0.80. But Dragon Strike now damages enemy buildables? You can wipe out a choke of sim turrets? That's so interesting. This Dragon Strike change enables it to damage non-player entities such as barriers, turrets, traps, and mines. That's so niche, but also interesting. This should increase its usefulness even when not eliminating opponents, as it can now help clear the battlefield of other obstacles as well. Junkrat. Cooldown increased from 7 to 8. Concussion Mine. Increasing the cooldown Concussion Mine to reduce the frequency of both Junkrat's mobility and burst damage combo. I like that. I like this for Junkrat because he always... One of the more frustrating things about him is that he can just... You're dead. Right? So it's kind of good that gets nerfed a little bit. Reaper. So lifesteal reduced from 35 to 30%. The added survivability from this passive is being tuned down now that Reaper has 300 health and more reliable mobility after the cast time reduction to Shadow Step. Okay, interesting. Is it really called the Reapening? That's so bad. The Reapening. Okay, moving on. Cooldown reduced from 13 to 12 seconds. So this is a revert to a previous nerf now that Tracer is less threatening due to pulse pistol damage coming down recently. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, I kind of remember this. Biotic Rifle. Damage and healing increased from 70 to 75. I was just thinking about that. since season 9, this changes, like, all the breakpoints that they were worried about are, like, now increased. So it's like, all the health is being increased since then. So it's like, it's not, I don't know, put it back at 75 is what I was kind of thinking. So I'm glad that they did this. Juno ultimate cost increased by 10%. As I was saying, like, I was saying this, like, literally yesterday or the day before or whatever. Orbital Ray is very powerful. So I'm glad that they did this. I'm pretty happy with that. Juno's the top tier meta support hero, was overperforming last season. Orbital Ray has been proven to be one of the more impactful ultimate abilities, so reducing how frequently comes up. Exactly. Kiriko Kunai recovery time decreased from 0.55 to 0.5. Okay, they're DPSing again. Cooldown reduced from 8 to 7. Buffs across the board. I feel like the Suzu buff wasn't necessary, but let's read this. Kiriko was heavily impacted by the health reduction to 225 and was already on the weaker side of support heroes. Really? So we're lightly reducing our ability cooldowns and weapon recovery to add some effectiveness back into her. Cooldown reduced of life grip from 19 to 18. Healing increased from 50 to 75. Tree of Lifetime before overhealth begins to drain when out of range increased from 2.5 to 6. In general, I don't like Lifeweaver buffs, but I kind of like this. Like, I like the idea for Lifeweaver people, for support mains. I like this, but I don't like Lifeweaver buffs. Don't play Lifeweaver, but also good change. Moira, self-healing increased from... Why? Self-healing increased from 24 to 30 health per second. Moira wasn't that adversely affected by the move to 225 HP, but she could use a small boost to her survivability. That was not necessary.